Purge-water ammo should do the trick. So these are the ruins of San Francisco. An entire city of crumbling towers. And somewhere buried out here is Thebes. I hope Alva and Quinn can help me find it. Machine strong against frost ammo. That must be the entrance to Landfall up ahead.
Hey. Is that her?
The living ancestor!
This is Landfall, right? I'm looking for Alva.
Overseer Bohai ordered us to invite you before him should you approach. Please, come with me. Go. Let him know we're coming.
It's her! The diviner was right.
Overseer Bohai. A stranger just walked through the gate.
I knew Alva would not dare lie. You do look like Sobek.
Is Alva here? I need to talk to her.
I will consider your request once it is determined what you are. A living ancestor, as Alva believes, or a threat, lurking in such a guise.
I am no threat, okay? Back on the mainland, your soldiers fired on me without warning.
So you say, Infidel. None of those you engaged survived to bear witness.
I held off on your squad when...
May I present our honored CO.
So, here she is, our great mystery. Well, Bohai, what have you divined? What is she?
A mystery indeed, my CO. How can she appear as Sobek, and yet know nothing of our ways? Are we to believe that a living ancestor was born to this wretched land? An ocean apart from the realm of the Chosen? And if so, to what end? I cannot answer. Only she can. But I warn you, no falsehood will satisfy us. Now speak. Why are you here? What is your purpose?
I'm looking for a place called Thebes.
And what do you seek there?
Alva told me a little bit about what you're after. I guess you could say I want what you want. A way to heal the world.
As I suspected. Tell her.
We found Thebes, the final resting place of Ted Pharaoh's secrets. It isn't far, but the way is closed to us. Machine attacks have cut us off from the site. Diviner Alva is there, along with a complement of diggers and soldiers.
Is she all right?
Our scouts tell us that a machine has our people pinned behind their defenses, but they're holding out.
Machines, huh? I can help with that.
Alva told us that you are indeed formidable.
But I have a few questions first.
We will answer what we can.
So you found...
The ancestors revealed it to us not long through a scrap of ancient data. It contained details about the
Where, exactly?
Close. But...
Figures. Ted, have you been in...
And we will solve them all in... I hope you're as effective against...
What exactly are you... I thought Alva brought back...
We risked, therefore we must unearth, especially one of...
We will not say...
So...
I was chosen to supervise data retrieval.
And you're in charge of the
He is far more than that. You are addressing the cousin of the Emperor of the heir to the vast holdings of the Great Del.
All she needs to understand, and my will is to...
Mine too. We're in luck. You crossed the ocean?
Greatness.
Indeed. This expedition is the most a quest, with nothing less than the fate of our and none of it would have been...
The voyage was our sailors, but all...
Good to know. What kind of machine has your...
A Thunderjaw.
Tougher? Strong?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Then destiny shines upon us, and she will help...
Resupply, then on to Thebes that we will follow when our scouts...
No good to be hungry in the wilds.
You ready for guard duty? No doubt. No doubt.
Okay. Off to the big pyramid to fight the Thunderjaw. Sends to my stash.
When our honor to have you.
my work sold to a living ancestor. I am humbled by your choice.
Well, you started people talking. They're saying you were criticizing our leader.
Ancestor? I didn't believe it. But now I see. You truly are an ancestor reborn. Good omen if I ever saw one. I'm a scout for the expedition. Whatever I learn of this strange land, I will share with you. As is my duty to the ancestors. I should tell you then. My fellow scouts found ancient ruins west of here. They claim to have seen a relic of the ancestors inside, but couldn't find a way to retrieve it. Perhaps a living ancestor could discover a way where others could not.
Maybe. If I find myself in the area.
May the ancestors guide.
Hope you got more of a fight in you today. Shut it, would you? The machines... dangerous here, no doubt.
Gotta turn around.
Barbarian! Run, stranger!
The
There's a
machine
killer
will kill
machine
you!
about!
There you are. I guess we're doing this. Keep me in the fight. Ah!
all means, then. Open the gate! Come on over, you. A word.
Aloy! Over here!
Volva, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, you got rid of that machine. But what are you doing here?
There's something inside Thebes that I need. I went to Landfall. I met your CO. We came to an agreement, kind of.
And you're going to help us get in?
I guess so. The whole thing was a little tense. There's something off about that guy. And I don't understand what he wants from Thebes. I thought we found the data that your people needed back on the mainland.
That data will take us years to sift through. The CO wants faster results. Aloy, you have to be careful. He's...
There they are! The legacy tells us that Elizabeth Sobek helped the ancestors cast aside all obstacles. And so it has been today.
You have been true to your word. I'm pleased. Thebes awaits us below, shall we?
Quite an excavation.
Much of this was flooded. We had to pump a great deal of water out. Behold, the door to Thebes.
A door like no other.
Well, you're right about that. It's designed to open for only one man. Ted Faro.
But the legacy tells us that he worked closely with Sobek. He trusted her. Surely she can open the door, and so surely can you.
Not gonna happen. At least not from this side.
You said she was a living ancestor with Sobek's eternal essence.
If I may, Pharaoh, great as he was, did not build his palace alone. We know this from scraps of data we found, the ones that pointed to this location. And we found evidence of passages below. Maybe they were built to aid construction. Or for servants. We can't reach them. The way is flooded and they're too far underwater, but...
Yeah. I can reach them. There might be another way in down there.
You see? With Sobek, there is always a way.
Then do what you must to get us inside.
This water's warm. Seems like a hot spring. Look at that thing. It's huge. It goes all the way down to the bottom. There's a rupture up there. Maybe a way in. Yeah. This could get me inside. Looks like this tunnel leads deeper into the structure. Stop that turbine around here somewhere. Stop the turbine. Good. I'm inside, but how do I let the coin in? Looks like an exercise room? A living area. It's pretty big, too. This is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quinn in. Look at this place. It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker. That looks like some kind of access control. What about the main door? Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Emergency exit initiated.
The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Faro?
I am Pharaoh. Renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations. His soul is my soul. His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament, his deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete. As he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and, as Pharaoh did, the world.
Okay. I think there's some confusion here about who Pharaoh really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors. The man who saved the world. And you. You understand, Sobek. You are her. Pharaoh's harbinger. His assistant. Come. We will descend into Thebes together. As it should be. Bring her the raiment.
Raiment?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
Or what?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
Excellent. Shall we proceed? Look at this place. The grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain. Simply breathtaking.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left his secrets. Let's go find that.
Your Magnificence.
Looks like the emergency exit function unlocked this door, too. I think this way might lead down.
Excellent. Remember every detail of his, Bohai, for posterity.
It will be its own chapter in your legacy. The Emperor will my CO.
Great risks bring great bounty.
Why to palace Pharaoh built for him? No less than he deserved. Of course, Your Honor.
So hey, this is weird.
Yeah, I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
Those certainly look threatening.
Huh. Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Those aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here!
Yes. Just us then. Thanks.
Where's Overseer Bohai?
We have decided to return to the surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more divine. So, no more delays. We must proceed.
Yes, that looks like the way.
When I built this place, when its special systems were designed, I knew what I wanted. Protection, of course. An unlimited power source, that was a given. But also... control. Over every possible eventuality. After all, you never know what'll happen, especially when the human element is involved.
Ever deeper we go. What is that? A reclining throne, attached to some kind of apparatus. I wonder what it does. An impressive setup. What is it for?
I'm sorry, Sio. I don't know. My focus can't read the data yet.
What about the living ancestor? Is the data lost to her?
Scan the device, if you will. Please, scan the device. Tell me what your focus reveals about the device.
Made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows what Ted will do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
You saw something. I could tell. Did the data explain what Pharaoh used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me. Remember, he was the renewer. Of course he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen. And for his true heir, me.
You know, I'm starting to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Pharaoh.
I knew you would see, in time. Let us continue. His secrets await. Is that a small office? For a minor functionary, perhaps? break the door down?
I'm going to look for another way in.
Good idea. It's worked before.
Very well. Get to it.
Hurry! Break it open!
Ah, is that a vent of some sort? Not a bad idea.
She's on. Did she make it to the other side?
A console. Maybe I can access Ted's files from here. There. Omega clearance. Got it. What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Somtow's dead. Along with his kid. Found him on the floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life. And this is how they repaid me. By leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Liz's future. Liz's children. Someday they'll come. And I'll be here to greet them. Somtow said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time. And energy. Somtow said the reactor can give me what I need. To grow strong again. To get my shit back together. So I can greet the kids. They're gonna need me. My advice. My guidance. And then I won't be alone anymore.
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Trust me. You don't want to go in there.
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now. At last, Pharaoh's legacy is mine. Is that?
It's him.
Burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down and...
Kill them too. No witnesses. Open fire!
Pharaoh rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run. Keep moving, okay? We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
I see. You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No. No.
The CO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy. And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Fair enough.
Thebes is of no further value to us. Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. And instead, I get to join you.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen Ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus, and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A diviner must follow the truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus. But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by Landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. Might be worth looking around the island, too. I gotta change out of these clothes. I can't believe the CO made me play dress up. some of the sweat.
Of course.
The living ancestor. Please.
Could you spare a moment? Ancestor, please. It's about my brother. I don't mean to disturb you, but I've run my requests through every channel and I've gotten nowhere.
Just take me through it.
Apologies. My name is Jomar. I'm the weapons officer for this expedition. It's my job to ensure the troops are armed and prepared for what's out there. And I've failed to do so. My younger brother, Oris, his unit was sent to scout the tower on the northern side of the island. They should have returned by now. The Overseer has denied my request for a search party, and defying him would mean dismissal. Or worse.
You think they might be alive?
Oris has been obsessed with San Francisco ever since I can remember. He jumped at the chance to join this expedition. I have to believe that fate isn't cruel enough to make this place his tomb. If you help me, I'll get you access to any weapon in my stock.
If I make my way up north, I'll look for your brother.
Thank you. If it helps, my brother carried an ancestral relic with him. I believe your focus might be able to pick it up.
What kind of relic?
A small metal piece dangling from a chain, with a hologram of San Francisco. Which is why my brother always had it with him. The diviners speculated it was some kind of beacon, inviting the ancestors to visit the city.
Speculated? So there was data on it they couldn't read?
It was deemed lost knowledge. If my brother truly is gone, could you maybe bring the relic back for me? It meant so much to Oris. I'd like to keep it safe. For him.
Of course.
If you could find my brother, I'd be grateful beyond measure, Ancestor.
Next time I'll have something for you.
Try and finish early.
We've been ordered.
Some extra food rations.
Your shoulder doing all right?
Extra food rations?
Aloy?
We've been briefed on and are ready whenever you wish. It's...
You said there was some...
She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh. I was wondering...
You want to make your...
Yes. Gaia insists she can... If I can get the necessary... She believes these things lie in the place where Beta...
Their ancient
I am not as familiar with old world machinery.
It might be dangerous. We were lucky to get out of there.
I see.
It sounds like...
By the 10.
Found anything interesting?
Gaia told me where to find data on... I knew the 10 fought against Machine, but it seems they were later... as they... At least the Tenakth have the courage to...
There is nobility in that.
Yes.
How are you studying?
I wanted to learn...
And?
I looked up this pharaoh, Gaius, and learned about the plague of... To think that the ancient world was wiped out. There is no glory or honor in such a fate.
Not about some... What do Tenakth do to...
We play strike. Although he has... It helps one think strategically.
Somehow that... Have you...
The Quen is peculiar. Her mind is sharp, but it's hard to imagine her serve.
Trust me.
I will take...
I have to...
And...
I'll call you when I'm near... We'll get what you need for that.
Thank you.
I was hoping...
You could speak, Aloy.
Beta's so frustrating. I don't get how she can be so negative all the time. I mean, we're clones of the same woman, and yet... She couldn't be more different from Elizabeth.
There she is.
Maniacs.
I remember that next...
At least I got what we...
Good thing I got...
How are things with
Oh, actually, I had to fill in most, but I'm still...
Glad to hear it. You look tough.
Ha! I've just been making sure that I wouldn't want to be the usual...
You'll do fine. Have you spoken...
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little... But I can see why you...
You've been looking at any...
I asked Gaia to find me some, and she found... They called it sports. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the...
From the look on your face, I
got Omega clearance.
As soon as you...
Did Alva?
Our new Quen, the moment she laid eyes on the archive.
Sounds about right. This mission isn't good. Hope you haven't been slack.
And risks... At least you found the Omega...
Wish that was the only... I knew finding Thebes, but...
How bad?
Bad.
He destroyed the world and crawled into... If you ask me,
That he did. Once Gaia is back up and running...
The seeds have been... What?
I'm glad you and Zoph...
Don't forget...
Now that I have Omega, we can grab Hephaestus and finally...
Can't wait to see their faces as...
Better them than us. I should go...
Of course.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
I could barely keep up as Varl gave her a new... Though when he told her she was free to access all, she turned so pale, we showed her to the archive room, so she hasn't left the place.
Sounds like Alba.
Oh, for helping with the land god.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much more for all you...
And... read anything interesting?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions, like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. I think I'll stick...
I assume you've been looking into...
Yes, to know that the seeds came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter. It gives me hope that the cycle of...
How are things with every...
Slightly quieter. Apparently the Old Ones wrestled machine, called it meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh. You'd think we have enough of that going.
How to go with the Corps?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on them. I thought Fane's eyes would pop, but of course they had no choice. But even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our... To be honest, I found that...
I'm glad. They're lucky that you know... I need to get...
Right. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that Oh, she's, and you, genetically speaking, of course. And there's more Ans. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's a...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right.
You said you owed me an explanation.
Right. He was an Imperial. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy, and he took a special interest in whom we consider the greatest of the
Ted Faro, revered ancestor.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent, in fact, many of the... So the Emperor's nephew across the ocean might solve... If only we could find the... Perhaps we could roll back... The Emperor declared that all the tribe... Dozens of scouting missions... And the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted... It may seem strange now, we really believe... We had no idea just...
You said the expedition across... What happened?
We lost and scores of soldiers perished, and that was before we... Once we landed, and we struggled to... There were bright spots, to be sure, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of safety... He became more and more obsessed, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense. We knew these weren't the words of a... But he was quick to put any who spoke out.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things, but what the CEO became, principal diviners... I'm sorry, you...
So, Bohai.
He won't execute people on... But he's hard... I can't tell you how many times he took... The best thing I can say about him is that to...
Yep, sounds about right. The ancestors.
Yes and no. Those whose legacy taught us warfare, leadership...
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant.
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s,
Back at the greenhouse,
Diviners are meant to... And many Imperial spawns the Empire can put to use. But the Board of Overseers... Detrimental. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only overseen. It ensures that any heretical data can...
What happens to Diviner?
I never have...
You mentioned the reason you...
Her name is Alika. When I passed the divination, it brought honor to our... Only Alika begged me not to leave.
Why?
Alika knew that once you enter, not even your family. Unless you can...
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep. Fear... Last time I was allowed to see my family. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge. But if our crops don't recover...
I promise I'll do my... You mentioned Eric Visser?
The Zenith, he is known to the Quen as the combing through data related to weapon knowledge our rulers use to conquer. That's why he's one of our but based on it appears he's even yet another
Well,
if only the
Beta mentioned other Zeniths.
I'm afraid whatever legacy they...
I see you've been...
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years, like the database you have, with this, I've been able... This could revolutionize... That is, whatever part of it the...
You wanted data?
A diviner has never... And Knowing you, I suspect they're... But I was sent here to... Maybe it'll help the Quen...
I imagine you don't...
It's funny, because... Not that you are the same... I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even...
Yeah. I hope everyone...
Oh, yeah, and they... It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share...
Sounds...
Yeah, you are...
I need to get going.
All I need... The plan Gaia told me it will help.
I hope so.
Then I will...
Welcome back. Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Why don't you check the cache? Maybe you left it there when you dropped off all that ale.
Oh. Hope it didn't get spilled.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever. We have a solid plan. Without you there, but with you, we'll get Hephaestus, get No! I told you from the beginning, Beta. Leave me alone! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your Focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. Like he said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
The world.
Pearl, and we fight amongst ourselves.
Wizards from the moon?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. The ones Gaia and Beta built. Is everything all right?
Not anymore.
To understand when Oh! And...
You mentioned there was...
Yes. I found references to an old world system. It's called Leviathan. A sprawling network of river gates and elaborate... The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But the data from the greenhouse mentions it's in San Francisco.
Another pharaoh?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, every year my sister with Leviathan.
Okay.
That's the thing. But one of our diviners, would you come with me? You're much better at fight.
Of course.
Thank you.
Must be strange to think that some of the end here on Earth.
Yeah, it is. Part of maybe the legacy tells us she brought or Sung Jiao. It is said she found new ways, but my curiosity, our view of Visser was, perhaps it.
Any more data?
All of it. I'm particular. We knew the ancestors. In fact, we theorized some. But Sirius is way. And we thought journeying across the sheer calculations needed for.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. Have you spoken?
A little. I did hear her singing with Varl. So seemed like every emotion. And she looked. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask So to teach you sometime.
Maybe.
If you need anything.
You have no. Gaia's explained your plan in detail. I've even received some very.
What kind of.
He. Told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough. I should go.
Mayor Pat.
And, like I said, I'll let you know.
I appreciate it.
The Zenith Lab's around here. That's where Kotallo said we'd find what he needs. Hey, Kotallo? I'm at the Zenith Lab. Ready to come over?
I'm on my way.
Aloy, I appreciate you meeting me here.
I'm happy to help. Did Gaia mention where exactly in the Zenith Lab we'd find what you need?
She mentioned the chamber where you found Beta, and the database that lies within. She said it'll help us find the knowledge and components I require to build a new arm.
At least we know where to look. We will have to be quick about it, in case the Zeniths are watching.
Understood.
The lab's up this way. You okay?
I got this.
Machines. They're scrapping the Spectres for parts.
Should we dispose of them?
Good fire that machine. Or we can sneak past them.
Your choice.
You do
wounded beast only fights harder!
Entrance to the lab is by that tunnel. Come on.
We should continue.
I'll have use for these soon enough.
The anime did this?
Hard to believe, but yeah.
Enemies up ahead.
The shield's resistant to fire.
They're getting close.
We better get a move on. The room we found Beta in is up ahead.
Lead the way.
Stuff for the stash. We're here. Now we just need to find a way to access the database Guy was talking about.
Varl mentioned you found Beta in one of those pods. I would hate to be locked up inside such a thing. There's barely room to breathe.
I think I found what we're looking for.
Let's hope it holds the answers we seek.
I'll download the database to your Focus, so you can search through it later.
What about the components?
They should be somewhere on the... Spectres!
Fight with honor!
I don't have stamina.
I will not fall to you! It is there again!
The Zeniths might send reinforcements. We need to finish up and get out of here. The components should be somewhere on the second floor.
I'm right behind you.
We need to search the entire floor.
I'll keep a lookout. Don't want any more surprises.
Good idea. A vent. Might be a way out of this room. components have to be here somewhere. Please tell me the components are in there. Gotcha. I should go back and give these to Kotallo.
You found the components?
See for yourself.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
Something wrong?
I was just thinking about what it will be like after I build the arm. Will I feel different? Whole again? Idle thoughts. They can wait until we're back at base.
You go on ahead. I might want to take one more look around, in case there's anything useful.
Very well. I look forward to putting what we found to good use. Walk with the 10.
Looks like the old ones used their focuses to send all kinds of messages.
I don't know if I'd like that. I wouldn't want my Aunt Alga knowing she could just talk to me every second of the day. My ears would pop off.
Well, now I know where metal flowers come from. Last-ditch effort to stop the Pharaoh Plague. Demeter must have started distributing them after it took refuge in the grain house.
Aloy.
Had a bit of a...
Ah.
Really?
I once knew a warrior who discovered it was deeply
Did he...
In time, but not before the two siblings nearly killed each other.
Ah. Were you able to finish the new...
Indeed.
You wanted to...
Indeed.
Okay.
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regalla's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you...
You'll see when we get there.
Then I'll let you know.
You have my
Think you're ready to put all your...
I am to not...
You nervous about...
If I live, it will be in victory. What matters most is that you would...
I'll do my best. I should go...
I await your...
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to...
May the 10 go...
Champion, over here. I've got...
I heard from our scouts in the rebels room.
We've had reports of rebels in the area. They've been spotted south in the forest. A few have made camp to the southwest, near the coast. And we don't have enough squads to deal with them all. Best be prepared when you're out there.
Thanks for letting me know.
So, say the chief heads his way. Lasting peace.
Maybe I can help those Tanoks deal with the rebels when I have the time.
Greetings, warrior.
I think this is where Kotallo wanted to test out his new arm. Even though he didn't say how. Hey, Kotallo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
Fair enough. I'm catching snowflakes on my lashes. What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
All right, talk to me, Kotallo.
I wish to test the arm on that. It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
I'm honored to help.
After you. Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
This will be over quick with frost ammo. Those Tanoks were right. Now we need to fly to find out what happened to Farika. Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels... wrong. Like a disguise. I'll use the new arm when I need it, but the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you. I'll see you later then.
The Ten be with you, Aloy.
I know that. Come on, I'm being serious. So am I.
Hey, I thought I'd check.
Are you sure we shouldn't... whatever went on between you and Babe? Not that I'm just... Forge knows all the screws flew loose.
I think we'll be fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
After we get Hephaestus.
I wasn't that. Besides, going through the soldiers, the ones that... they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. I think most of them real. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. As long as I can do that for...
Thank you, Erend.
Okay, enough.
Anybody take you up on that?
Zoe can't I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what to take. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that.
What about Kotallo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
I should go.
That same...
Welcome back. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So,
Yes. I am, despite the unpleasant I am pleased to see.
Well, two heads are better.
Yes. Are you ready to depart, or we can continue our
The missing subordinate
Artemis rewilded the Eleuther and a culture. Apollo in disseminating. Unfortunate. All archived.
Ted.
Yes. An igneous conclusion to his pathological narcissism, impulsive tendencies, and instability.
All three of the missing functions have... or were. Do you still...
Restoring empower. Unfortunately, attaining them...
I guess our bet, but we'll need Hephaestus.
Correct.
So our plan...
As you wish. We now know that
Which is why I got...
Correct. While when we get to Gemini, the second core...
And then you'll be...
Not quite.
How long?
Because the work will...
And during that time, the others will create a distract...
Correct. The energy surge should...
And then we'll have everything we need. How's all of us?
As soon as she arrived, a particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to... I informed her that once I may be able to...
I'm sure. When I set out to find a way, I never thought we'd be here.
They have all come along. Varl has suggested that one day we might once the bios...
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. So... she's been through so much.
You have both endured. Different in almost every... I like to think of you as two mere...
3, then. So, what do you think Ted would have done if his life
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal and his ability to use I imagine he would have convinced one to worship him as their...
Okay. Aside from Gaia Prom, there was one other underground facility that was Elysium. The place where Zero... Do you know what happened to...
Elysium was designed to... My data indicates...
Did the Pharaoh Plague find...
Unknown.
Gaia?
Her presence is we exchanged. It was the first of listening to her...
Your friend?
Yes. Though I am glad
she was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. So what will happen to this?
All systems within... As Minerva will no longer... The facility will be... Though without my presence...
Let's hope so. Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Erend, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my Cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my Cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Autonomous defenses. Directive. Neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come.
Varl, stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
You can't take us. Do you need ammo? Stay back. Get back. Over here, you! Aloy! Need a hand over here! Draw it away from Beta! Stay back!
Hold on!
Get back! Over here, you! Aloy! Need a hand over here! Draw it away from Beta! Stay back! Get back!
That's all of them for now. I better check on Beta and Varl. Keep these on me. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime. Keep her safe, Varl.
On my life.
chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core. No, you don't, Hephaestus! I'll find another way over.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. Some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding too.
Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go. Well, that doesn't sound good. Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow them. I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
To rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. There should be an energy override near the central platform.
Thanks. Oh, great. New machines on the way.
Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas? I'll see what I can do. Got them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I better not get comfortable. Great. Hephaestus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy. There should be another node to override.
Got it.
100%.
Oh, here we go again.
That doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Okay, pain's easing.
Load ordnance package.
Now I need more.
And there. Node access restored. Now you can override it.
Would work?
You did the heavy lifting.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine that Festus was building. It must have finished it.
Powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
Okay. Be safe.
Deploying priority. X Mark 1.
I should scan it. Space on its legs is glowing. I think it's charging up. Finished charging. It's causing plasma. It's done.
You did it! There should be one more node to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you. No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Facility core.
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Laurel. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Aloy, the bypass is done. The core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained. And we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing?
I can't even see her!
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay. Zenith's home. Some kind of survival bunker. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain. My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later. Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen?
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world. The Gust, by Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it. Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's Leaded Ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial?
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. And I'm feeling. I should move on. She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness? Out of grief? It's hard to watch her so...
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, and the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
I held focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors. You and I will sneak in through a back way, one that only I know about, while Silence and my friends are busy battling each other. We'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus.
When we encountered you at the Hades, I knew better. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up her. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab. That's when I found this. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. Bold. You were like a splash of color on a worn canvas.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known to save you at the Cauldron.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger.
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task. They will compel her if need be. She's the only one who...
Because you people made...
Gerard's idea. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of... That's why I created the data channel.
So this channel you shared with Beta...
Gerard believes he's the most cunning. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't... The channel allowed me to interact with Beta. It offered us a chance...
Until you cut off all...
Yes. Though it pained me.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems, but you must believe that...
So you know all about...
What would you like to know?
Well?
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstance. Chances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible one where we explored the... It was only later. They only intended to be... By the time I finally figured Faro's machines were... So I accepted Far... I wanted Liz to come. But...
So you didn't know the other Zenith?
I knew some of... It wasn't until we were off-planet. I was grateful to simply... But the others became obsessed with it. They built a colony where or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but cultural artifacts of truly some of the great...
And you wanted big...
Yes. I thought if she could it would bring a heritage, every bit data being dropped. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact. She needed its
Beta told me you came back to Earth
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet, we spent decades... The physical constraints of Earth, about to think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed these. It took a cataclysm out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological... We knew of instabilities in the planet, underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon, only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, left to us.
Which you decided for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank pleases. But we will stop him.
What exactly is your...
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window.
How do you know...
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regalla.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of and the secret pact with Regalla to it.
But how did he come up with a...
That's the one thing I haven't been able to... But however he did it, I'm with it in the Tenakth army. Such a shame he'll...
Once we're inside the base...
Here, in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery, once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything...
Regalla's only interested in killing Hakaar. What does she have to gain by...
It's the price she must... Without the ability to override her little rebellion.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking. And all without ever knowing who the Sons... Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, that blind spot.
While hundreds have died. So you knew...
Liz was everything she was. Your ingenuity. You've managed to distill...
I'm not asking about me.
The honest answer is that for all the time that I spent with her, she always kept... It was like...
So when you met Elizabeth, she was...
Not aloof. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting an AI-driven system that would but actually take responsibility.
To care about life.
Revolutionary stuff. I watched her after she had spoken with such moral authority. I could tell she felt uncomfortable. It was as if giving the talk had... I didn't want to be a pest, so I...
Regalla's only... What is she...
It's the price she must pay without over her little...
So she... The Sun...
On the bay. Pride. And all who the Sun... Yet for all that blind is what will...
Well, hundreds died. So how did you finally...
I picked the right moment. Right as she came back to the conference. Her coffee. She was fresh. It was like she had braced her colleagues. I asked if I then put forth a question about her talk was intelligent. Her answer made me, but she was very welcoming. Previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. First Varl, now Hekarro and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible,